Here's a quick refresher on how to make a scatter plot in Google Sheets. The first thing you need are two columns of data. Your first column should be your independent variable. If you remember from our week 1 lab, it was pieces of spaghetti. Your second column should be your dependent variable. It was our number of weights. So the first thing to do is to highlight all of your data. I like to highlight including my labels at the top. So I click and I drag. I highlight the whole thing. The next thing to do is to find the Insert Chart button. It's right here. You can also go up to Insert and select Chart right here. The first thing you want to do is select the type of chart that you want to do. We are doing scatter plots for bivariate data, so go down and select Scatterplot. Now there's a couple of different things you need to check here to make sure that your data is being plotted correctly. You should, under your x-axis, have your independent variable, in this case our pieces of spaghetti. Your series should have your y variable or your dependent variable, number of weights. If you highlighted row 1 that has the titles of those two types of variables, make sure you have use row 1 as headers. That way it'll know that row 1 includes the titles of the types of variable. And then leave this box checked that says use column A as labels. If it's not checked, you do want to check it. The other thing to do is go over to Customize, and under Horizontal Axis, make sure that you uncheck Treat Labels as Text. Otherwise, it's going to interpret that first column of data, where I have the number of pieces of spaghetti, as text rather than numbers. You can see my graph here, it has a label at the bottom of 5 pieces of spaghetti with 10 weights held. And over here it has 5 pieces of spaghetti with 18 weights held. These should both appear above the 5 pieces of spaghetti, but it thinks these are separate labels, and so it's making them separate data points. So if I uncheck this box, Treat Labels as Text, what I will see is now under that X value of 5 pieces of spaghetti, I can see both data points that have 10 weights as well as 18. So it's representing both sets of both data points I have up in my chart. All right, that's the basics, getting that done. At that point, you'd be fine to kind of move on to your next set of data and create a new scatter plot. Remember, for your bivariate data analysis, for your glider, you should be doing this 3 times with 3 different independent variables.